This is Squall Snake from MyGamer.com, and this is a visual representation of all the Metal Gear games that are included in the Metal Gear Legacy Collection. Let's go over them one by one. In order of their release, this is the original Metal Gear. Now, this is the original NES version of Metal Gear, which is not included, luckily, here in this Legacy Collection. The far superior MSX version, that's what's included in the Legacy Collection, which is actually found under Snake Eater, Metal Gear 3. Now this, I'm just pointing to, I'm showing this cartridge off because this is really the only thing that US gamers can relate to, because we did not get the MSX. Instead, we get this, flawed original Metal Gear version. I feel asleep. Next is Metal Gear Solid. This is the game that really took Metal Gear to that next level, really blew it out of the water, knocked down the fourth walls a lot. You even got on the back of the casing here, you got Meryl's codec number, which you actually have to call during the game. It's 2 discs long. It was on the original PlayStation, and it is included here in the Legacy Collection. However, instead of it being burnt onto the Blu-ray disc, it's actually a PSN download. So you actually download it from PSN, and you play it essentially off the PlayStation 3's built-in PS1 emulation support. So this is it, Metal Gear. This is the game that, probably most people jumped into in the Metal Gear timeline. After the release of Metal Gear Solid, the VR missions allowed gamers to play Metal Gear in a new way. Basically, they took all the abilities and weapons and items that Snake has at his disposal and made light of them here in the VR missions. For example, strapping C4 to the back of a guard. You didn't really have to do that in the campaign, but there's whole missions based around it here in the VR missions. Now, what's also cool about it is you can actually play as the cyborg ninja in a handful of levels, and he plays completely differently from Snake. Very cool extra feature that fans are sure to enjoy. So this game is included in the Legacy Collection, but it's not found on the disc. You do have to download it with the download code on PlayStation Network. This is Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and there's actually a few different versions of this game. The original PlayStation version just included the main storyline, but then eventually graduated to the Substance version, which was found on the original Xbox, which came out first, then was followed up by Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance on the PlayStation 2. Now, the Substance version is different in the fact that you get a whole bunch of extra content. You're still getting the full storyline of Metal Gear Solid 2, but you're getting new VR missions. You can play as Snake in a bunch of extra side missions as well. So this is the supreme version of the game and is included in the HD collection as well as here on the Legacy collection. Next is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater and Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. Just like Metal Gear Solid 2 also received the Substance version, the same treatment came here with Metal Gear Solid 3. There's some pretty significant changes between both of these versions. Starting with the original Metal Gear 3 here, this was, when the game was first released, it had a fixed camera angle, and it was kind of hard to play. You couldn't really see in front of you, you couldn't really see around you. It actually did feature some online support in the terms of DLC. You could actually download, at the time you hooked up to PlayStation Network, you could download some new camouflages for Snake, but it took up a lot of your memory card space anyway. But so eventually made way to Metal Gear Solid 3, the Subsistence version, which is a couple of discs. You can play Metal Gear Online for the first time, but the biggest change is you can use that second analog stick now to rotate the camera, as well as play the original MSX version of Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. And these games are also included. These original 8-bit games are included in the Legacy collection. You got the Metal Gear Acid advertisement on the back here. But these are great games, some of the best in the series, if not the best in the series. Definitely need to check these out. Next is Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. This was a PlayStation 3 exclusive, the first Metal Gear game to be burned onto a Blu-ray disc. What I'm showing you here, this is actually the limited edition. Now, the limited edition of Metal Gear 4 is not included in the Legacy collection here. Basically, the difference is you're still getting Metal Gear 4, but this limited edition here that I'm showing you just kind of came with an extra making of DVD. So this is the Metal Gear Solid 4 non-trophy edition. It's basically the non-trophy edition because this basically Metal Gear 4 came out before trophies were even invented yet, implemented yet. And the version that you get in the Legacy Collection is the trophy version. So when you play Metal Gear 4, you will be able to unlock trophies to your PlayStation 3, PlayStation Network account. Next is Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. This game was originally released on PSP, but then was later ported to the HD collection, which was found on Xbox 360 as well as PlayStation 3. The biggest difference between this PSP version and the console versions is that you can actually play this online on the console versions. This game was designed from the ground up to be played with multiplayer, and you're still getting all that full multiplayer experience here in Peace Walker console version. This is the Metal Gear Solid digital graphic novel. It was originally released on PSP, but American gamers never got Digital Graphic Novel 2. The biggest difference here with this PSP version, with the included Digital Graphic Novels 1 and 2 on the Legacy Collection, are the Legacy Collection versions are basically just movies. You hit play and you watch them like any other DVD or any other Blu-ray, whereas the PSP version had interactive features. You can kind of pan and zoom and find these extra panels and things like that. So it's a little bit different, but Digital Graphic Novel 2 has yet to be seen by US gamers. Since we're looking at all things Metal Gear, let's just take a quick peek at some of the Metal Gear games that are not included on the Legacy Collection. This is Metal Gear Acid. It was originally released on PSP and is not included here in the Legacy Collection. But this game is weird, it's unique, it's different. This is not, by any means, your typical Metal Gear game. This game is a turn-based strategy game in which all actions are taken place by drawing cards. Again, it's weird, but because it's so weird, you actually might want to check it out. This is Metal Gear Acid 2 and improves upon Metal Gear Acid in almost every way possible. Gameplay is a lot better, graphics are a lot better, story's a lot better. But this game is unique in the sense that it's actually the first Metal Gear game to be in 3D. And I don't mean 3D in terms of polygons, I mean 3D in terms of stereoscopic 3D. As you can see here, this is the solid eye attachment, which is this little cardboard cutout that actually attached right to the PSP itself and allowed for portions of the game to be viewed in 3D. It was very unique, very creative for the time. If given the option, play Acid 2 over Acid 1. It's just a way better game. This is the document of Metal Gear Solid 2, and it's a big disappointment that this wasn't included in the Legacy Collection. As its title would suggest, this is a documentary, so you get to see how the game was made, you get to see assets of the game and all this extra content and how the game was created. Perhaps the coolest feature of this game is there was actually a handful of VR missions that players got to play before the Substance version came out, and if you had a save file from the document while booting up the Substance version, is you unlocked everything all at the start. But this game should have been included with the Legacy Collection. It's unfortunate that it's not. This is Metal Gear Solid for the Game Boy Color, and this game is friggin' awesome. It sucks that it's not on the Legacy Collection, but maybe one day it'll be on the 3DS Virtual Console. This game, as you can see right here, actually is the first Metal Gear game to support multiplayer. So linking up, you can play multiplayer, there's VR missions, there's a great story. This game, again, is awesome. Play it, it's great. Ask for it on 3DS Virtual Console. These are the Metal Gear Saga discs, and they were only available during a special pre-order promotion. Basically, you put these discs in, it's kind of like watching the Metal Gear games, but in movie format. You get some extra features, and they were actually pretty cool and highly collectible. This is Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, and it's a great precursor to Peace Walker. It's unfortunate that this game was not in the Legacy Collection because it's pretty damn good. It's not as smooth as Peace Walker, but still had some great boss battles, a great storyline, still had the comic book cutscenes. This is a pretty solid game, and it's unfortunate that it wasn't on the Legacy Collection. I feel it's one of the games that should be kind of like the document of Metal Gear Solid 2. This is Portable Ops Plus, and it's basically just an extension of Portable Ops with a heavy emphasis on multiplayer. This is Snake's Revenge, and this is the unofficial sequel to the Nintendo version of Metal Gear. Let's just say this isn't exactly the best Metal Gear game in the series, and if you haven't played it, you're not really missing out on much. This is Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes for the Nintendo GameCube, which is a recreation of the original Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 1. Konami, Silicon Knights, and Kojima Productions all worked together to create this title. It was 2 discs long and featured brand new cutscenes as well as some other bells and whistles. This is the Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots Limited Edition PlayStation 3. I'm showing this off basically just because I have it in my collection, and we're talking all things Metal Gear here. It came with the copy of the game, and at the time it had an 80 gig hard drive, which was the biggest hard drive for PlayStation 3 when this game was first released. So just to recap, you're getting all these games plus a couple more to equal the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection, which is a PlayStation 3 exclusive. Thanks Mr. Kojima for making these great games, thank you Konami for creating this bundle, and thanks for giving me the chance to show off some of the things in my Metal Gear collection. You can read more about this on mygamer.com and squallsnake.com. Thanks for watching.